Good evening. You guys can hear me okay? So tonight we're going to be talking about obsession and the spiritual world. You guys know what obsession is?
Yeah.
Yes, everybody knows what it is? Okay. All right. So an obsession, like everybody knows, it could happen between incarnated and disincarnated people, from there to here, and from here to there. But first, for us to understand this process of obsession, spiritual obsessions, right? We're going to be talking only about a spiritual obsession. We're not going to be talking about humans living obsession. It was just going to be talking between human to spirit and spirit to living humans. So an obsession, it's when somebody has an idea, and that idea is based on their belief system, and that they want to force that idea into the others. Okay, so in Spiritism, we study a lot the obsessions of a spirit. And many times, a lot of people blame their behavior, blame their lack of lucky, lack of anything in life through obsessions or obsessors, right? A lot of, especially people on the Spiritism movement, they are always blaming the obsessors, they are always blaming obsessions. There is a lot of people that come here on the center and say, listen, it looks like my life is not moving on. I think there is something in my house. I think there is something with me. I think it's this and this and that. So they come to a spiritual center or come to a spiritual place to help them eliminate this obsessor or this obsession or whatever it is. Okay? This is the common process that we see in the center here. So I've been working in the center for 34 years now, and the pattern continues the same thing. Nobody takes responsibility of the acts and the thoughts and their behavior and their choices. They're always blaming others to it, and they continue this way. But for us to talk about obsession, we need to talk about the spiritual world, okay? And to get to the spiritual world, we need to die first, right? So, and then we're gonna need to talk about death. So what will happen when you die? Everybody knows what's gonna happen?
No. Yeah.
No? Yeah?
Heaven.
Yeah, go to heaven. People believe they go to heaven. Others believe they go to bad places, Broward, and different locations. Depends on the faith that you have, or the understanding that you have, or the book that you have read, okay, and gave you that information. But the best way for you to understand this is experimenting, not death, accessing the spiritual world. Okay? Because after you died, gone, and then you reincarnate again, and you're going to forget everything on the process of reincarnation. Most of us forget everything because of the density of our bodies to not allow us to recollect a spiritual memory, because the physical body is too dense to let that happen. But most people has an idea of what happens when we die. A different idea. And most people has an idea what is the spiritual world. Okay? And like I say, I'm going to repeat. The best way for you to understand that is for you to experiment to mediumship. So we study, access this, mediumship is the science of spirituality, is the science of the spirit. Okay, because you can have on a mediumship table, when you're doing a mediumship, you can take the medium to the same location, but they're going to see different things. Okay? Even though they are in the same location, even though they are seeing the same spirit, they're going to see him different. Okay? We already study that. We already experiment that. And many years of mediumship, we've seen this happen, okay? We direct our work to do in somebody's house, for example, or to an individual. We do this work here. We take the names of the person, and then we do this work for that person. And we have a group of mediums, and they see different things, but they are connected to the same person, but they see different things. Because everybody, you're going to see things according to your belief system. Okay, you're not going to see it as it is. And that's what we call free will. And that's why people see different things. So, on a spiritual world, what happens is when we die, we go to this vibration, a higher vibration, because our spiritual body, a higher self, let's call it this way, so we can understand better, it goes to a higher vibration. It doesn't mean that it goes. It is in a higher vibration. You lose the lower vibrational body, that is the physical body. What it stays, it's what you gave more importance to. So we have several bodies. I already explained this in other lectures. We have several bodies, starting on the physical body, and the way we live, okay, the way we make our choices, the way we have our beliefs in this physical life is where we pointing our energy towards, right? If you are people that believe that we don't have life after death, after we die, that's what's going to happen to that person. That person is going to see that there has no life, there is no continuation. Because he directs his energy, his belief system into that point. But most of us direct our belief system into the material world. Okay, we believe that our families, we believe that this world is everything that we have. We believe that we don't have anything else plus this physical world, even though we believe in life after death, but we live as we don't believe that there was life after death. Do you understand that or no? Most of us live as this here is only one life, because all the energy that we put it towards is towards physical. It's towards work, family, entertainment, everything related to this physical world. We don't put any energy focus into a spirituality. The only energy we put it here into a spirituality is when we come into a center or to other places to learn something or to do something. But 90% of our energy is pointed to what? To the physical. Agree or disagree? So when you die, what's going to happen? You're going to go with, you point to your energy on a physical world. So this spiritual world is also a physical world. It's just a physical world for the vibration for your lower mental body. Okay? And that's why people see other people. And most of the people that died, when they die, when they wake up after past that torment time, they think they are alive. Because they're still feeling cold, hunger, this and that, and everything that they used to felt when they were alive. And they think they are in living. Most of them. I've been doing this for decades, and I'm getting tired to tell them, hey, you're dead. You died, you're dead, you're no longer part of the physical, and they do shock them, okay? So you need to go a little easy when you're talking to entities that think they are alive. So you died, you went to this physical vibration. It is a physical vibration. It's still physical, it's just a little bit more light, not light, but light of weight than this physical here. So it goes to that. If you could see the spiritual world here right now, you're going to see that it's spirits all over the place. If you could walk on the streets, you're not going to be able to walk. It will be like, do you ever be on the streets of New York in Manhattan? That you got to go like this? That's exactly how it is outside, in the spirits, okay? Billions and billions of souls transit back and forth, living and continue living the same way they lived here. No difference. And this is a shocking process that we see. Okay? It is a continuation for them, it is. And people are satisfied with this. So these spirits, they are continue living their life. Who they attach to when they don't have nothing to do? To you. Why? Because they see you and they like you. They see you. They like how you dress, the car you drive, what you eat, what you drink, where the places you go, right? Sometimes outside in the rain, starting rain, they run inside their houses because they're afraid to get wet. Okay? That's how it is. Simple it is. And most of them, when they realize they are no longer part of this physical world after many years or decades, they continue living this life because they are so used to live this life. They want to continue because they don't know anything else. Right? It will be very nice. Like, everybody watch Ghost here? Yeah? Everybody watched? Huh? Vanessa, did you watch Ghost? Really? Oh, she's young.
What about City of Angels?
City of Angels, then. Amazing movie.
Where you're talking about.
Yes.
That's what it reminded me of.
City of Angels is amazing. So, like Ghost, the guy died, the light comes in and pull him off. I wish it was like that. Right? Because you need to understand free will. Right? Free will needs to be respected, especially your free will. There's nobody pulling you to anywhere. You only go where you want to go because that's what your free will demanding to. Okay? There's not an organization to hold you there after you get. Right? The organization on the other side is just like this center here. This center was opened 14 years ago, but it wasn't in a high order from the spirits of God that Jesus Christ had told these people here, or open a center, open that. It was a conglomerate of people. They said, listen, let's open a spiritual center so we can spread the word and help others. Yes, okay, let's do that. See? Free will. And with this idea, what do we call to this place? With this idea of spreading the word, helping others, trying to be brothers and sisters. What we going to bring into here?
Spirits.
What type of spirits?
The good one.
Good ones, right? Go ahead. What?
Oh, they needed help too.
Huh?
They might need
Both. But hold on, I'm going to get to that. But initially, when you see a gathering of people doing good things, you say, oh my God, that group of people are doing a good thing. Let me go there because I'm connected to that. And they go. And that's how the mentors come into the place. But if the center here is a center, direct himself to ego, to power, to show them what is right and wrong, what are we going to attract here? People on that level. Right? Understand what I'm trying to say here? Okay? So that's what it is. It's the action of love that attracts good spirits. Action of negativity attracts negativity. Action of positivity attracts positivity. I'm not saying that one is better than other. It's just the level of the energy. Okay? Understand? Yeah. All right. So in here we have the mentors that trying to help us through this idea that we had to get together and help one another, right? And that's the idea. This is a nonprofit place. Everybody here works for free. Nobody gets a penny. They get out of the work day of 8, 10 hours, and they come here to do the volunteer work. This is wonderful. This is absolutely wonderful. Okay, it's a place that people are looking to find themselves, to help others, and also to help themselves through a process of sacrifice. And that's why the vibration here is good. It's very good. Right? You feel good, the vibration. When you go into a bad place, you also feel the vibration of negativity, of heaviness. Right? That's how it is. So we feel the vibration, and that's what we have here. And then we are open our doors here to what? To help anyone. We don't select anybody. It doesn't matter your faith. It doesn't matter what you believe or don't believe, your color, your religion, your language, your nationality, whatever you are, the door is open. We're here to help you. Right? That's the logo here. That's the motto here. Okay? So with that, spirits that are lost. Let's put it this way. I don't want to use this word lost, but they are ignorant according to spirituality. Comes also so they can get a little bit of understanding to what happens to them. So in this room right now, it's not only you guys here. There is disincarnated spirits also that those mentors bringing into here so they get enlightening, so they can make different choices, so they can make their own path. Okay? So, in the process of obsession, a person that is not connected with spirituality, a person that is not connected to nothing unless the spiritual world, is easy to attach to those ideas. So we've seen here many, many times when we're talking to the so-called obsessors. I don't like to use this word also, but it's the only one I can use right now. And they say, listen, why are you next to them? Oh, because I like the house. Or because I used to live that. And they move in. I don't know who these people are, right? There's a lot of like this. Or because I was in this place, he stopped his car, and I saw him, I like him, I went in the car with him, and I stayed with him. I've been with him for the next 20 years. And that's how it is. That's exactly how it is. I have so many cases to tell you guys, you have no idea. We could put, books and books on those cases of, that we work on a mediumship meetings, for you to understand the concept of free will and understanding what happened with a personality when it passed from this physical world. You have every kind. And that's why we need to be very aware of our thoughts. And that's the reason why we need to be aware of ourselves. Instead of looking away from us, we need to always be observing to us, always looking to us. Because when a thought comes, right, this is very important. I said this here many times, and I'm going to say again, okay? We have 3 types of communication: thought, sentiment, and what is the other?
Vibration.
No. Oh my.
Behavior. Action.
Anyway. All right. The thought always coming from your mind. Okay? The thoughts always originate on your mind. The feelings always originate where? On the body. So it's the language of the body. And the third, remember. Okay? So thoughts is the language of what? Mind. Feeling is the communication of what? The body is telling there is something wrong. Sentiment, physical. Okay? Thoughts comes from the mind. And you are what? Are you the mind?
No.
Are you the body?
No.
What are you?
The spirit.
So what is the communication of the spirit?
Feeling.
I'm going to hit intuition. Okay? So the intuition is the communication of the spirit. Why? Because the intuition only comes when you are in what? Silence. Okay? And when you order to come. It's when you use your free will to do something through intuition. But everybody in this planet does things related to their mind, to their thoughts. A thought come like this. You go to work and talk, oh my God. It's like this. You go to work, right? And then you sit down there doing your work. Your boss comes in and it goes past through you and don't say good morning. And you look around, oh my God, he's going to fire me today. Isn't it like that? Right? So where's this coming from? Mind. And then what the person does? Identify with the thought. And plus identify with the body, because the body felt what? What the body felt, people? Fear. Right? Communication of the body. So he identified himself with those 2 things that is not him. Okay? And that's how the obsession starts. Okay? The spirits around us, they're around here. They see us, they hear us, and they see how you behave. So, as soon as you act like this, the spirit that's next to you, oh, I'm going to do this. Because she's going to be in my net, because she's easy. Because she believes in everything that comes into her mind. Isn't it like that, people, or no? Yeah. It is like this. And that's how everybody has a couple of dozen of obsessors next to them. Because we are always following the mind and the fears. Mind and the body. Mind and the body. There was a book of Andrea Luiz called Sex and Destiny. It's the book number 16 of the series. And one of the obsessors that is in the house of this lady that drinks and this, and he likes to drink, right? You drink in this life. You die, who are you going to drink with? With the physical that is drinking. Simple as that. You like to eat a lot, how are you going to feel the fumes of the food and everything? With people that eat and everything else, drugs and everything else, sex and everything else that we see here. All the vices that the body has will continue. So how are you going to feed those vices? Connecting yourself to an instrument, to a bridge, to a source of that thing that you need. So, boom, you connected to it. Right? It's hard for us to get out of a vice here with the physical body. Now imagine without a physical body. Okay? So that's how the process works. But who opened the door for these obsessors connected to us? Who is the key? You are. Always you are. And that's what we hear always. It's not me. You know what I hear from the obsessors every week? He keeps calling me. You don't see when he sleeps, what he's going to look for? Me. And that's how it is. Do you guys know where you guys go when you sleep? You go where your desires reside.
Who is going to save us?
Who's going to what?
Save us.
Save you?
Yeah.
You. There's no savior. It's you. It's you. The responsibility is you. It's you and you. Right? So before sleeping, not before sleeping, but throughout your life, throughout your day, you need to change this personality of physical world and start living more personality of a spiritual world, of a spiritual being that you are. And how are you going to do this? And what is this routine? Because we already know the routine of the physical world. We are worried about the physical. We are worried about the job. We are worried about the family. We are worried about the money, about the vacation, about the cash, about the house, about this, about the... It's fine, all this. We are here in the physical world to enjoy life and not to suffer about life. So if we change the routine, Vicky, we're going to live as a spirit now, right? The boss came in, right, and you are working, and he looks at you and don't say good morning or nothing. You're going to say, oh, my God, let me pray for him because he might be having a bad day or something happened to him. See how you change the things? From fear to what? Hope. From fear to what? Help. From fear to anonymous angel. That's how you do it. And which obsessor want to stay next to you? The good ones. Right? Why? Because you're now, you change. You flip the energy. What you're going to attract close to you? Huh? Good people. Who here smoked in the past? Raise your hand very high. Very high. Raise your hands. All your friends smoked, right? Most of them. When you stop smoking, what happened? You start changing your friends a little bit, right? Especially if you play cards. Who here play cards? Right? If you play cards and you play cards with a group of people that smoke, and you sit down at the table and say, listen, I'm not smoking anymore. And the next week, they're finding a new partner already. See, it's vibrational. That's how it is. And I gave a lecture here one day in Portuguese, and people almost burned me to this on the stake of fire when I say that no one has mentors. There is no spiritual mentors to no one. Unless your vibration is otherwise. Because what the mentor is going to do next to you, if you are just focused on this world, on this physical world? First of all, the first thing that a mentor is going to do is he's going to respect your free will 100%. 100%. Right? Again, let's go back into André Luiz's books. How do you put that name in English? Obreiros da Vida Eterna. Workers of Eternal Life? Workers of Eternal Life. So there's this expedition from the spiritual world to the physical world. These 4 guys, right, wants to rescue these 3 people. So before they go, 3, right? 5?
They're like helping them discarnate.
Yes, the 5, right? Was 5 discarnating or 5? 5. But before they left, they said, listen, we need some guidance. So the mentors, the high spirits coming in, right? And they ask questions, what should we do? And what they say, they quote Jesus Christ in every question that they ask to guidance. Oh, Jesus Christ did this. Jesus Christ did that. Jesus Christ did this. They don't answer the question direct. They don't tell you what to do. Because mentors will respect your free will completely. Because for them, it doesn't matter if you choose one way or the other. Because for them, there is no right or wrong. For them, there is only learning according to your choosing. And that's how it is. So they use the master on point because they cannot consider themselves worthy enough to give direction to others. And that's what mentors do. So when I say that we don't have mentors next to us, because the mentor never going to tell you what to do. You're only going to acquire this company when you change this energy from negativity to positivity. Then you start attracting mentors. Right? What are we attracting? Obsessors only. Why? Because the energy and the idea and the actions of the obsessors is exactly just like ours. Fear, judging, right? Separation, power, not respecting one another. That's how they do it. And that's exactly what we do here. And that's why they connected to us so easily. So easily. Very easily. And that's why this process needs to be understood by us. So we walk out of here, right? We can do this shift. And they interfere a lot with our lives. A lot. Because what do we listen? 99.9% of the time. To what? All day. What do we listen to? To our thoughts. Where do our thoughts come from? Mind. Right? Mental field. And how they interfere with us? Through our mental field. Through the thoughts. They're so closer to us, that we started feeling their presence through the vibrational mental field. What does this mean? We start to hear them in our thoughts. Okay? And Kardec, in the Spirit's books, he asked that question. How we know if the thought is ours or the Spirit? And you know what the Spirit's answer? You cannot know. You cannot know. Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What you should listen.
Intuition.
Here we go. See? You should not listen to your thoughts. Because all your thoughts are related to the physical world, to the mind. And connect to fear. It's connected to the past. It's connected to the future. It's never connected to the present. Observe your thoughts. You only connect to the present when you want it. So you're using your spiritual intuition. So it doesn't matter. That's why you don't know. But most people keep listening to their thoughts, not their thoughts, everybody around it. Everybody around it. We had an episode about 3 years ago. What was 3 years ago? About 3 years ago, here on a mediumship here on the center, we were able to do a work related to one of the shootings here in the United States, in Las Vegas. And when the medium got close to that individual, he saw millions and millions of voices at the same time. Okay? And here in the United States, we see a lot of the shootings because, or any other place, we're going to do here because this is our home, this is our country. It's because when you put a thought in your mind, because it starts with you, you're not only you anymore with that thought. You are now connecting to millions of people in the same vibration. And then it's going to be very hard to control what? The emotions. The body communication. And that's why they do it. And that's why they do it. Because they get overwhelmed with that sensation. You see, when you are very hungry and your blood pressure goes down, you start shaking and you need to eat something really fast, right? That's exactly what it is. You lose. You lose. And that's what happens to those people. When they put these thoughts in their mind, they get overwhelmed. And then there is no turning back. And that's why it happens so fast. And that's why we need to filter this. We need to understand this on a deeper level of understanding, okay? Because we continue being exactly who we were on this life after we died. I wish that we could die and become angels like that. But that's not the reality. That's not connected to free will. We're going to become who we are. We're going to continue being who we chose to be, respecting the process of free will. And it starts very, very light. It's very subtle. Obsession starts. Very subtle, right? Examples like you go in your car, first thing thoughts that come into your mind is what? When you get out of your house and go to your car, where's the first thought that comes in your mind?
Turn on the music.
That's good. That's good. That's good. But a lot of people say what? Did I lock the door? And you know that you locked the door. Right?
Before I get to the car, though.
Yes. Right? Or did I let the stove on? Did I did this? Did I did? See? But you know that you didn't. And that's how it starts. And then you say, you know what? It's not going to cost me anything to go over there and check. And you go and check. And it's locked. And you go inside the house, the stove is off. And that's how it starts. That's how it starts. And it keeps growing, growing. And there are several levels of obsession. It gets to a point that you're no longer yourself. Okay, there's this book of this spiritist author in Brazil, but there was a movie here in the United States about this guy that killed. He was a serial killer, and after 20 years that he was in jail, he wake up one day and he didn't know what he was done. It was like he lost his memory. But he studied that they did with this guy here. He's still in jail. They saw that the multiple personalities that he had, it wasn't not physical personalities. It was a spiritual personalities taking over of him, because he did not have a pattern of killing people. Everybody was a different pattern. And that's why they intrigued the FBI and everybody that study here. And that's why the spiritual people went in to study him because of this. But when the obsessor left him, because he was in jail, what he's going to do, right? Left him to find others, he became another person. So I know this is an extreme level that can happen, of course. But today, we see our guidance to thoughts, our guidance to fear, to anxiety, to depression, to fear of the future. It gets amplified because of our friends, they're around us, okay? Because if you have a friend, I go to Leo here and say, Leo, I'm very worried about my future. I don't have any savings, and on this, Leo's gonna come to me and say, Luigi, I think you should start doing some savings. I think you should be worried about your future, because when you get older, what's gonna happen to you? That's the advice he's gonna give me. It's the natural physical advice, right? But instead of, if he said, no, Luigi, don't worry about it. Live your life, okay? Live your life the best way possible. Distance yourself from negativity. Connect yourself to love and light and this. See the difference? See? Because we are so used to push ourselves into the negativity, to the disastrous, to the end of the world. That's why people believe in the end of the world. Okay? Think that never it's going to end. But we are always focusing that. We are all more pulled to the negativity because we are leading by our thoughts and by our feelings. And with that, we have all these friends around us. And there is a lot, millions and millions, billions of spirits vaguing around on this vibration of this planet. According to Andrea Luiz, it's close to 20 billion souls this incarnation.